1,000-pound sisters star Amy Slaton leaves fans in awe with her latest video of her son, Glenn. She's been documenting her life after season 7, sharing clips and pictures of her artwork. Amy has also been sharing her outdoor trips with her fans, Brian Laverne. But it seems Amy is enjoying her life even more, watching her kids grow. Keep reading to see her adorable post with Glenn. 1,000-pound sisters, how's Amy Slaton today? Amy's social media page has been filled with her artworks over the past few weeks. The 1,000-pound sister star is now selling her art pieces to generate extra income. It has also become a healthy hobby for Amy, and it seems it's helping her get past her addiction. Amy and Brian were charged with possessing illegal drugs last year, which also led to child endangerment. Many fans worry that Amy may lose custody of her kids following the incident. But her latest post indicates that she's still living happily as a mother. Amy shows appreciation after son receives gifts. Amy Slaton recently took to FB to share clips and pictures of her son, Glenn, who received gifts from fans. According to the 1,000-pound sister star, she's thankful to all the people who sent Glenn gifts ahead of his birthday. Some of the gifts he received were a toy cooking set, which also includes an adorable chef's uniform that fits him perfectly. Amy captioned, "Glenn says big thank you. He's so excited. Thanks to the people who sent these. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts." Many fans were also glad to see Glenn again. How thoughtful of who sent these gifts. You can see how excited he was and how much he is going to enjoy playing chef and having fun blowing bubbles. Glenn is already a bit chubby for his age, so it might be helpful to encourage healthy habits early on. He's absolutely adorable. Getting so big. Happy birthday, Glenn. His little voice is so sweet, he's an adorable little chef. Awoo, sending an early happy birthday to your little guy. America's next best chef. LOL, so friggin' cute. 1,000-pound sisters. Amy Slaton's fiance continues to get questioned. While Amy Slaton thrives as a parent, many fans are still keeping their eyes close to Brian Laverne. Some are still having doubts about Brian's true intentions. He's been spotted multiple times smoking indoors, which is very dangerous for the kids' health. Brian was also called out by a social media thread for abandoning his kids with his ex-wife while spending time with Amy's kids. However, many 1,000-pound sisters fans believe that Amy is too in love to see Brian's flaws, even with all the red flags fans have been telling her. A season of reflection. It was late summer in Dixon, Kentucky, and the golden light of the evening sun spilled across the quiet streets. The cicadas hummed in the trees, and the familiar hum of life in a small town was comforting. Amy Slaton sat on her porch swing, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of freshly cut grass and blooming gardenias. Her hands rested on her lap, and beside her sat a half-finished scrapbook, pages full of photos, handwritten notes, and mementos from the past year. This wasn't just any scrapbook. For Amy, it was a labor of love, something she had been quietly working on for months. She called it her gratitude book. Every page told a story of the people, moments, and lessons that had shaped her recent life. And as she flipped through it, Amy realized something deeply important. For all the challenges, struggles, and changes she had faced, she had been blessed with love, support, and second chances. Amy was known to millions as one half of the sister duo on 1,000-pound sisters, the TLC reality show that had chronicled her and Tammy's weight loss journeys, health battles, and family dynamics. Viewers had seen Amy at her most vulnerable, recovering from surgery, navigating motherhood, dealing with marital ups and downs, and holding her sister's hand through life-threatening health crises. But in this moment, away from the cameras, Amy wanted to focus on the positives. She decided she was going to show her appreciation, not just say thank you in passing. but really express her gratitude in ways that would touch the people who had stood by her. Amy's inner transformation. In the earlier seasons of the show, Amy had been full of humor, sass, and sometimes stubborn streaks that matched Tammy's. But after becoming a mother to her two boys, Gage and Glenn, her perspective began to shift. Life wasn't just about the next diet plan or surgery milestone anymore. It was about the little moments. Morning cuddles with her sons. Long talks with her sister Amanda. Phone calls from her mom checking in. Even the unexpected letters from fans across the country who said watching her story gave them hope. One letter in particular had stuck with Amy. It was from a woman named Laura in Oregon who had been battling obesity and depression. She wrote, "Amy, seeing you fight for your health and your family has kept me going. I've lost 65 pounds so far, but more than that, I've started living again. You made me believe I could." Amy cried when she read it. She kept the letter in a drawer, and every so often, she'd take it out as a reminder that her story mattered. It was moments like this that fueled her new mission, appreciation, not just ambition. The family appreciation dinner. The first thing Amy decided to do was host a family appreciation dinner. She wanted to thank her siblings, who had been her support system through every season of life, on screen and off. The day of the dinner, Amy transformed her modest kitchen into a cozy, welcoming space. She hung strings of fairy lights, set out mismatched but charming plates, and cooked up a spread of her family's favorites: fried chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, and cornbread. But she also added a few healthier twists: grilled veggies, baked chicken, and a fresh fruit platter. Tammy arrived first, rolling up in her wheelchair with a big grin. She had been steadily losing weight and was more mobile than ever. "Girl, I smell that chicken from down the street," Tammy laughed, parking herself by the table. Chris and Amanda came next, carrying desserts and, in true Kentucky fashion, sweet tea in giant mason jars. Before anyone could dig in, Amy stood up, her hands shaking a little as she held a piece of paper. I need to say something," she began. "I know I'm not always the best at telling y'all how much I love you. I joke around a lot, and I run my mouth when I'm stressed. But I need you to know, every one of you, how grateful I am. For helping with the boys. For showing up when I needed you. For loving me even when I wasn't loving myself." The room went quiet. Tammy's eyes welled up. Chris nodded slowly. Amanda wiped a tear from her cheek. Then, in typical Slaton fashion, Tammy broke the emotional moment with a joke. "All right, let's eat before I start ugly crying and lose my appetite." They laughed, but Amy could tell the words had landed. And that was the point. Giving back to the fans. While Amy's family was her backbone, she knew her fans had been a massive part of her journey too. The love, encouragement, and even the constructive criticism she got online had helped her keep going when things got hard. She decided to do something for them as well. Amy took to Instagram one afternoon and posted, "Hey y'all, I want to say thank you for sticking by me all these years. I'm doing a giveaway. 5 lucky fans are going to get a surprise package from me. Just comment something you're grateful for, and I'll pick the winners." She expected maybe a few dozen responses. Instead, she got thousands. People shared everything from surviving cancer to reconciling with estranged family members to simply waking up each morning. Amy spent hours reading through them, often with tears streaming down her face. She chose 5 winners and carefully put together their packages, each one including a handwritten note, small gifts like candles or handmade crafts, and signed Polaroid photos of her and the boys. When the winners received their packages, they flooded social media with photos and thank yous. One fan wrote, "I've been through a rough divorce this year, and Amy's note made me feel seen. She's the real deal." Revisiting her roots. Showing appreciation wasn't just about thanking the people in her life. It was also about reconnecting with where she came from. One weekend, Amy drove out to the old family home, now a bit worn, but still standing proud. She walked through the yard, remembering barefoot summers, chasing lightning bugs with Tammy, and listening to their mom's voice calling them in for supper. Standing in that yard, Amy felt an overwhelming mix of nostalgia and gratitude. She pulled out her phone and started recording a video for her followers. "This is where it all started," she said. "We didn't have much, but we had each other. And that's why I'm here today, telling y'all to hold onto your people. Appreciate them while you can." The video went viral, not because it was flashy, but because it was real. Tammy's response. Amy wasn't the only one feeling the ripple effects of her appreciation project. Tammy, inspired by her sister, began making her own gestures, sending thank you texts to friends, leaving voice notes for fans who had sent her encouraging messages, even baking cookies for her neighbors. One night, Tammy called Amy out of the blue. "You know, you starting this whole appreciation thing. It's changed how I see stuff. I used to be so focused on what I didn't have. Now I'm thinking about all I do have." Amy smiled through the phone. "That's all I wanted, sis." The public sees a new side of Amy. When the new season of 1,000-Pound Sisters aired, fans noticed that Amy seemed calmer, more centered, and more openly affectionate with her family. Social media lit up with comments like, "Amy's glow this season is something else. Motherhood looks amazing on her. I love how Amy's focusing on gratitude instead of drama. This is the most inspiring the show has been in a while." TLC producers even leaned into this theme, showing more candid moments of Amy reading fan letters, cooking for her family, and teaching her boys about kindness. The ripple effect. By the end of the year, Amy's appreciation mission had spread further than she could have imagined. Fans began sharing their own gratitude challenges, inspired by her. She received photos of families doing appreciation dinners, letters from people mending broken relationships, and even videos of school classrooms holding thank you days. Amy realized that gratitude wasn't just a feeling, it was an action. And that action could spark change in ways she never thought possible. Sitting back on her porch one evening, Amy thought about how far she'd come. From struggling to walk short distances to chasing her toddlers in the yard. From feeling isolated and misunderstood to being surrounded by love and connection. She knew life would still have challenges. But she also knew she had the tools and the people to face them. And for that, she was endlessly appreciative. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Amy closed her scrapbook, a smile playing on her lips. Tomorrow, she would start a new page. Because appreciation, she realized, wasn't a one-time act. It was a way of living.